Hey fellow citizens, what's up? My name is Tony, welcome to the channel, and today Alpha Patch 3.13.0 has been released to Evocati, yay! So we can have a look at all the latest patch notes and that sort of thing coming up over the next few weeks. So these are the first set of patch notes for it, and before I start, just remember, if you like this video, drop it a like, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you can see all the latest Star Citizen news. And without further ado, let's crack straight on with it. So let's have a look at what that testing focus is. They want to test cave entrances, which look so much fun, like flying your ship down, getting into your little ground vehicle and driving around. I think it's just going to be fantastic. It's going to really open up some possibilities. Ship-to-ship docking, which I've seen some of the videos. Again, that looks really cool. Reputation UI. So we've seen the first iteration of that. So it's kind of like, again, I will say this, but Elite Dangerous. You'll gain reputation with certain factions, certain people, and you'll be able to see that in a nice UI to see if you're gaining or losing. And great news for cargo runners like me, we've got new quantum sensitive and timed delivery missions. So these are going to be like the cargo from the Xenothreat mission, so you'll have certain times you won't be able to enter quantum, that sort of thing. I'm hoping this is the start of delivery missions coming back in. SDF shields, pushables, T0, ship naming, and force reactions and staggers. And that's all the testing focuses for this patch. Just remember, as the patch goes on in the Evocati, new focuses will be added, so that won't be it. Now, when we're talking about the known issues, bearing in mind most of these will be patched out, but I like seeing how they're in and then out and then which ones stay and stuff like that. So UI will display note-to-note active members in audio channel even when players are connected. Players will have UEC deducted when purchasing food and drink items but not receive the items. Oh, you robbing bastards. Client can crash when broadcasting beacons. Leaving a trolley in a doorway will clip through the floor. Radically kill players. Amazing, I love it. Docking with a moving ship lags behind, causing a large snap into docked position. Actor falls out of ships when exiting moving Merlin or Connie. That's kind of the same with the turrets anyway, you know, when you get into a turret, especially when the ship's moving. In Quantum, it can be very dangerous. I've fallen out many times. Docked Merlin, enter interactions don't show when the Connie is moving. Users get stuck on searching for the match on all game modes in their initial EA game. It is possible for the player to clip through the derelict geometry and fall through the moon's surface. Sounds fun. Untextured object covers Daymar cave entrances. The player is unable to sell personal infantry using the Pembroke armor. Bounty hunter missions are rewarded no rep. The buy interaction does not appear for multiple entity types. And that is it for the known issues in this patch. Now let's have a look at some of them new features in a bit more detail. Vehicle name and serial numbers, adding the ability for certain ships to display custom player assigned names on the side of their ships. This will appear multiple times printed on the ship hull. Special serial numbers will also be shown, and all our ships will have unique serial numbers displayed. So I named mine the USS 15-Minute Gamer. I know, very imaginative, but you know what? I thought it was going to be fun. I have no idea what I'll name any others, but yeah, I came through the other day to go and name them. Ship-to-ship docking version 1. So this is adding the ability for the Merlin snub ship to dock and undock with the Connie, along with a guiding mode UI to ensure correct alignment. So how it's going to work is basically there's like 3 little dots appear on the hood. You line them all up and then you can go and dock with the Connie. You can do it auto or you can do it in like yourself. But at the end, bit's always a little bit automatic at the end. However, again, I think that's really cool feature. Just imagine the Connie, your friends with you, they jump in the Merlin and do some fighting, so I think that could be fun. Reputation UI. This feature adds the addition of the new Mobiglass app, which will give players insight into their rep, as I talked before. So this is with NPCs and organizations. Object push and pull. Mechanic allowing players to grab some larger objects and move them around the environment by either pushing or pulling them. Mounted gun, aim and T0 further expand the player's arsenal by allowing them to take control of a mounted gun on either a vehicle or a ground. So again, there was one on the side of the Valkyrie, I think that's what you call it, which was again fun. But this is going to move it out then. You're going to be able to have mounted guns on the ground and stuff like that. So again, another feature that would be very welcome. Locations, cave entrances, drive-in and sinkhole, adding 2 new cave entrance types to the PU. The drive-in entrance will allow players to enter using a ground vehicle. Sinkhole, you'll need a ship to enter and exit out of there. Refinery station, non-commercial room overlays, introducing new non-commercial overlays to the entry areas of refinery stations. Basically what they mean is they're taking away a lot of the clutter, things like advertising, seating, and making it more industrial. Not for all of them, just for some of them, just to add a little bit of variation into the verse. Stanton System Polish is having visual improvements, which is updating assets, object presets, planet painting, and global data. Route harvestables, addition of the harvestable Dragnus route, which is found on the shallow coastlines of Hurston. Gameplay, Force Reactions T2, updates to the Force Reaction system to add staggers, and this will happen. So basically, if you're in a ship walking down a corridor and they crash into something, instead of just falling over, you might just sort of stagger. Or if you get shot with, like, say, shotgun, you'll stagger backwards rather than just taking it like a boss. Shields version 2, implementing improvement, including the use of particles with signed distance field, SDF, to allow shields to more closely conform to the shape of the vehicle. So basically, instead of having just a massive shield overlay over the ship, it'll be a lot closer to the ship, and where you hit your lasers or whatever, that's where it'll show you're hitting, and you'll be able to see it as it goes down. So it'll change color as the health decreases. Mining components, mining subcomponents will allow players to customize their lasers to suit specific jobs and encounters. For example, some will make mining easier, some will make it faster. So you'll be able to boost stats depending how you want to do it. Law system improvements, updates to the law system include proxy crime when one person on board a ship commits a felony, and the option to hide notification in criminal rating updates. Option to hide notifications in criminal record tracking. So there's quite a lot going there as well. Quantum sensitive cargo delivery missions. So we talked about before, there's two new types coming in, which is multi-drop timed and quantum sensitive. So I'm hoping this adds way more delivery missions, because they kind of took them back out a couple of patches ago. And I love the delivery missions. It was kind of what I wanted to do if I wanted to relax. I just picked up some boxes, quantum traveled across the verse, dropped them off. Now, because they pay so little, it was like, I'm not doing them. They just don't pay enough for the time. Ships and vehicles. The Gladius visual update. We have made many changes to updates to increase the visual standards of the Gladius. This includes many level of detail, decal, geometry, material, and paint changes. So that's very good. I love that ship. It's quite a cool little ship. Smoothed ramp collision proxies for ship to help pushables and vehicles on them. Removed access to the Carrick and Maul turret when landing gear is deployed to prevent clipping issues. Equipable med pen replaces the previous functionality of immediately using the FPS consumable to heal to oxygenate. Medical pens are equipped by pressing the consume button, C key, or by interacting with a pen and selecting the equip interaction, or when selecting the pen from the FPS consumable quick select wheel. Pen use on self is triggered by pressing mouse 1. After the pen is automatically discarded, FPS consumable quick select wheel can be opened by holding the C key, as we know. Cortec user folder location change. With this update, the user folder structure has changed. User folder location change is going to be install, user, client, and 0. And then to round it off, major bug fixes. Fix multiple asteroids and rocks in the area outside of Grim Hex where players could clip through them and get stuck. Fix low gravity that was occurring in some of the underground facilities. Players should no longer be rewarded ace and killing spree when only killing 1 or 2 enemies in Arena Commander. Fixed multiple areas around seats on refinery decks where players could get stuck. That happened to me. I jumped over a seat, landed on a pipe, couldn't get out. Fix multiple viscera issues around New Deal and Lowville. There should no longer be any chairs inside of tables at Grim Hex. There should no longer be missing bar stools at the bar counter at Grim Hex. Fix geometry around miles that allow players to get stuck between the table and the wall. Fix an issue causing windows and glass displays to become blurry when the player is very close to them. Also, fix 1 client crash and free server. So there we have it, guys. That's the patch notes for 3.13. There'll be a patch almost every single day, so I'll do as many updates as I can over the next coming weeks. Keep an eye out for the rumor video that's going to be coming up, where I'll take a look at some of the rumors that people think might be coming up and some of the things I've found in file. If you've liked what you heard, remember to like, subscribe, notification bell, and comment below if what you're looking forward to, what you're most excited for. Have you been going off Star Citizen? Or are you going to come back? Is this patch bringing something that you're really interested in coming back into the verse for? What's some of the ship names you've picked? Have you named your ship yet? all that sort of stuff. Get commenting, get the discussions going, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.